Hi, welcome to Taleo Recruiting Foundation Data Pay Basis. Let's get started. So we're going to talk about the various components of pay basis inside of Taleo Recruiting. So from what is available, if you go to configuration and under recruiting administration, there is a default that is provided by Oracle under the pay basis. So you have these available values, so biweekly, daily, hourly, monthly, semi-monthly, total, weekly, and yearly. So these are Oracle provided values. You can do an import from your system of record for specific pay bases. So the only way to deactivate an imported pay basis, even after it's been used, is through an integration. So you can have differences if you have an integration. So for each one, from a mapping perspective, you have to have a code. You have to have the name of the pay basis. You have to do an annualization factor, the currency, and if applicable, the worker legal employer, and then the status of active. Just not too long ago, Oracle has provided the ability to deactivate any pay basis that you're no longer using. And that helps because when you are going into your offer grid and your pay basis and there are so many choices, it can get really confusing. The only caveat to that is that from a perspective of the annualization factor, Oracle needed to make sure that the hourly and the yearly remained active. And if you work with Taleo already, you know that there are hourly and professional requisition types. And that's some of the reason, as an example, the hourly requisition type is tied to an hourly pay basis. So that's one of the reasons why hourly needs to be active at all time. But having said that, if you're not using, if there's no potential daily or semi-monthly or total or weekly, you can go ahead and deactivate those components. So pay basis is displayed in your requisition creation and also in your offer. There is also the ability to, if you want, you can display the annualization factor. It is a read-only file, but you can kind of configure it to display. So by default, it is set to not display, but when you enable it, you can have it displayed. So if I was to take my hourly, sorry, in the settings, sorry about that, you would be able to go and set your annualization. So if I do a keyword search on annualization, so you can see by default they are not displayed, but I can edit and change that to yes, and it would display your annualization. So for example, if your pay basis is, if you were using weekly pay basis, the annualization factor would be 52. because there's 52 weeks in a year. So there's annualization factors are found in Taleo recruiting settings, and your pay bases. Definitely a best practice to kind of deactivate the ones that you are not using. I hope that's helped. Some information about pay bases. Thank you.